Ashpreet, do you want to comment on that? Does Rahul Gandhi, does the Congress party support what George Ponnaiah has said in the past? What he said about Narendra Modi, I'm sure you wouldn't want to comment on that, but the kind of remarks he's made about Bharat Mata, the kind of remarks he's made about Hindus, your ally DMK?
Number one, see, if your question is what is our stance upon that, see, if anyone, not just him, anyone who disrespects any religion in India is doing wrong, and we condemn it. There is no doubt about that. Number two, you know, in the same breath, the gentleman from the BJP said we don't have a problem that they met with, you know, the priest, but we had a problem that they met with an individual. What difference is in the statement? I don't understand that. And number two, you know, if they would kindly stop focusing upon the t-shirts that Mr. Gandhi is wearing, the shoes that he's wearing, and you know, because we could also comment upon what how many, you know, suits Mr. Modi wore and how much money was spent upon that, lakhs and lakhs of it, watches spent, sunglasses, you know, all of that, but we don't want to go there. It is the inflation, it is the poverty, it is the unemployment that matters to the people. These issues do not put food on the people's plate, shelter over their head, you know, clothes to wear. There are people dying because you're not doing your job, you're not doing governance, you're doing these things. I mean, I just want to ask the BJP one thing. Now, there are many leaders, you know, who are trying to blow things out of proportion. I want to tell the BJP this thing, that we do not cherry pick the people that we meet. We do not, you know, basically have everything staged like many of the BJP leaders would do. They would understand it really, really well. You know, the questions that they ask each other, the interactions that happen, the leaders, the people Mr. Modi meets, they probably have a fixed pattern. We do not.
Okay, let me take off one of the points that you just said. Mr. Vadakan, would you want to comment on that the BJP is focusing on what Rahul Gandhi is wearing because they would not rather take head-on the questions that he's raising otherwise through his Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Well, to me, the issue is not that he's wearing a 2 lakh garment or 41,000. He's talking about inflation. He's talking about poverty. And here's this man, I was with him in Meghalaya, and when we were all shivering in the cold, comes out a jacket for 2 lakhs. Point here is, when you address poverty, when you address inflation, you address employment, is this the way you connect with the people?
Okay, so that is the point. That is the point, Ashpreet, that the BJP is making. It's not about what he's wearing otherwise, but the point is if you're talking about inflation and you're sporting a 41,000 Burberry t-shirt, then clearly there's some sort of a problem with that, right?
So Mr. Modi has, you know, for n number of times talked about poverty, has talked about inflation, has talked about unemployment, and he has worn 10 lakh rupee suits, and that too, you know, for a day, and then he does not wear them. He has won lakhs and lakhs of, you know, rupee worth sunglasses, and then he does away with them, does not even wear them again. Now, is there a problem? You know, is this even a concern? Is this even a question that a certain person is wearing a certain T-shirt, so therefore he does not have any right to, take out a yatra? He does not have any right to talk about the issues of the people. Is that even relevant? Is that even logical? I mean, the BJP should introspect. A little bit of introspection, I think, would do. You know, it would open up their eyes that the people are dying out of hunger. They are dying out of inflation. They are dying out of unemployment. They are dying out of so many
Mr.
more
Vadakan, would you like to make the final comment on that? What Ashpreet is saying, just because he's wearing a Burberry t-shirt, which is expensive by the Indian stretch of prices of things, because he's wearing an expensive t-shirt, does it take away Rahul Gandhi's right to talk about income disparity, talk about economic disparity, inflation, poverty?
For me, it is his right to talk about anything under the sun. Poverty eradication, inflation should be an action which is reflected in a symbolic way. This gentleman, just from the Congress, says Prime Minister wore, where did that auction money go? That suit was auctioned and sent in back to the exchequer. That is the action that is expected of a statesman, not somebody who pulls out a 41,000 jacket or whatever he does. We are not worried. Let him wear it in his private life. Let him do what he wants, but don't connect with the people of India. People of India, there is a problem. There is inflation. We are fighting. Join hands and strengthen the hands of the Prime Minister.
Okay.
Don't waste the funds of the party or the ill-gotten money of the party.
All right, Mr.
contributes
Barakan
to
and
the
Arshpreet, thank
national-
you so much for joining us this evening.